Welcome back everybody. So this is gonna be a quick update video for you guys on stock market, and before we get started, please hit that like button, and 100 plus likes on this video would be greatly appreciated, guys. Now these videos actually take a lot of my time. You think that just go in there and make a video and put it out? That's just not how things works, guys. So I would really appreciate 100 plus likes on this video. Now if you're new here, consider subscribing, and if you want to get my daily trade ideas, my swing trade ideas, weekly, daily, monthly, quarterly expected moves, and all kinds of setups, definitely check out the Patreon, and that link will be down below in the description. And now let's get right into it. Dow is absolutely flat on the day, Nasdaq going up 0.24%, S&P flat, and Russell going up 1.52%. And here's 11 sectors that makes up S&P 500 on top: real estate, technology, energy, consumer cyclical, industrials, consumer defensive, communication services, healthcare, financial, and lagging behind basic materials and utilities. Week to date performance right here. You can see on top, technology leading the way, communication services, consumer cyclical, industrials, healthcare, financial, and then energy. Lagging behind utilities, basic materials, real estate, and consumer defensive. And what we got here on stock market map, energy sector right here led by Chevron and also XOM. And then we got Google slightly going up 0.33%, Meta flat on the day, Amazon flat, Tesla going up almost 1%, and then we got Nvidia going down only 0.5%, guys. Microsoft also staying flat, and Apple going down today 0.68%. Now I did share this seasonality chart right here in my previous video right here, and we talked about it in details, how market can actually sell off going into next 2 weeks. And still right now, yes, market is still up. We haven't seen any, pullbacks whatsoever. But trust me when I say this, back in October when market was dumping right here, and you can see how it works. Look at this right here. Back in October, we saw a huge dump off, right? Same thing applies right here and right here. So a dump off might be coming very soon, within 2 weeks. And you gotta be careful, especially people with money right now, just chasing everything and buying everything at the top. And you think that, market will just continue to move higher and higher every day. And there is gonna be no pullback. This is it. It's gone. S&P 500 to what? 5,000? Let's say 6,000. Yes, things can go a little bit higher. I'm not denying that. But look at how much risk you're taking. And back in October when I said, this is actually a dip buying opportunity, a lot of people said, market is going to crash. So now you got to be really careful right here. This is actually a topping pattern, but you're not going to see a sell-off within a day or two. It takes time, guys. Same thing happened back in 2021. It took time. So right now, market needs at least 5 to 7% correction. Until then, if you're buying, it's totally up to you, but I would not be a buyer at this level right now. It's really high, it's frothy, no correction, nothing. 15, 16 weeks going straight up, green candles. And when you see something like that, it's not actually a buy zone to buy anything. Wait for an opportunity. It's going to come. And if you wait for it, you're going to make a lot more money waiting for that opportunity, not right now. On SPY ETF, absolutely flat on the day. Now, a couple things I want to show you guys. First of all, look at the volume today. Very low. Almost nothing here compared to some of the other days. Now, another thing. We got a big bullish candle right here, green, and then another one. And you can see now momentum actually shifting. We got smaller, the candles are getting smaller and smaller, and there is not much upside left here. This thing can possibly push up to 500, 502, and who knows, worst case scenario, maybe 505 to 510. But at some point, you're going to see that 5 to 7%, or maybe even 10 to 15% correction. And whenever that comes, you gotta look at this monthly chart. And why? Because look at this, guys. Even on a pullback, this thing gets down to, I would say, the first stop right here. that previous all-time highs, we can get a decent pullback right here, and that is 478 to 479. And if you actually want to go even deeper, look at this 5-month moving average right here, 466. And whenever you see something like this, actually that time this thing comes back and reconnects with this 5-month moving average, and that's going to happen soon or later. So people that are actually just going bullish right now, this is not actually the time to become a big bull. Or I'm not saying go short everything. You just got to be careful right now, because look at this candles right here, big one, another big one, but not big as this one, and these are getting smaller and smaller. So the momentum definitely dying here on this rally, and we can afford a pullback, definitely down to previous all-time highs, 479. That would be a $20 or $18 pullback. And if we actually get a deeper correction, then watch out for 5-month moving average right here, 466 down to even 460 to 462. And that would be still a bull market even if we get that correction. Now, one more thing I want to point out here on this monthly chart. Look at this upper Bollinger Band on this monthly chart, sitting at 497. It's not moving higher anymore. So definitely we could see a reconnection with 5-month moving average, 466, which is rising, and that could happen going into next few weeks on SPY ETF. Now here on daily, going into tomorrow's session, what to look for? Definitely to the upside, 500 to 501. That's going to be a resistance to watch. And on a pullback, you want to watch this support down here, and that is at 495. We got this gap down here at 494.32, and below that we could see a drop down to 490, and then this gap 489.23. And here's my X account, and if you're on there, definitely give me a follow. And there is no subscription, nothing you gotta go through. It's totally free. Now, play of the day, you can see it right here, and I'm going to only share and take your time on one play, and that is Disney right here. Right at opening, 9:33 a.m. This thing got above 109, and this is exactly where I actually shorted. Got some 105 puts, and immediately this thing came down to 106 and some change, I believe, and that was 75% within just a couple minutes. So this was a fantastic play. And then Netflix also paid, but only 17%. We also played ARM and then Roblox. So all these trade ideas. And if you want to support the channel, definitely check out the link down below in the description. On QQQ, it's up 0.19%, and I'm going to show you guys one more time why I think market will pull back. Look at this monthly time frame. Now, 5-month moving average right here, this blue line sitting at 400. And look at QQQ trading at 433. And you can see this thing always connecting right here. Even on this big rally, just connecting every time we go up. And now, do you see a connection here? No. Huge gap, 400 and 433. So are we going to see a reconnection with 5-month moving average? Absolutely possible. And that is why, I've been telling you guys that this is not the time to go and buy anything, especially going long. Day trading is totally fine. You can play that trend, make your money, and go home. You don't have to hold anything overnight or a few weeks out, and then you find out there is a big correction, and your position, that's going to be definitely underwater at that time. So here on QQQ, we can afford a pullback on this monthly time frame. I would say this previous all-time highs, 408 to 409, possibly down to 405, and then 5-month moving average 400. Now on this daily time frame, we got the breakout today on low volume today, and with a small body green candle. If this thing can stay above 432, yes, we could see a push a little bit, higher up to 437 to 438, and that is it for now. On a pullback, 432 gives up, then watch out for the 5-day moving average right here, 430, and then 425 down to this gap 420 to 38. On DIA, it's up 0.18%, and DIA again pushing higher, getting a bounce off of this 5-day moving average right here. 385 went back up, and now green on the day, at least 0.18%, and trading at 387.35. So on a pullback, this is going to be key level to watch. And even today, not filling this gap all the way, 385.37. That's going to be a strong support on a pullback. And to the upside, the next stop, 390. Below 385, watch out for right down here, 380.75, 20-day moving average, 378, and then 376, all the way down to 50-day moving average, 374, and then lower Bollinger Band sitting right down here, 371.82. On IWM, it's up 1.52%. So finally, after a couple hammer candles, we got some follow through on IWM, but look at this right here. Huge resistance right here, and that is around 197 to 198. This thing needs that breakout from this downtrend, and once we get that, then we can see some more upside on IWM, or this could be another lower high before hitting a lower low. So here on IWM now, 195, that's going to be a critical level, and then 193. To the upside, it needs to get above, I would say right here, clearly 198 to break out of this downtrend, and then we can talk about more upside here on IWM. So for tomorrow, definitely watch right down here, 195, 193, and the dip was there today again. Unfortunately, I did not play this one today. Came down to 190 to 71. I was actually eyeing around 191 to 192, and this thing was slightly short, 190 to 71, and then went back up. So huge rally up almost $3 on the day, and there could be a breakout on IWM above 198. Also, yes, this thing went up, but look at the volume here. Yes, we got more volume than yesterday, but nothing compared to the ones we got here or here. So definitely something is happening behind the scenes. We don't know. And that is why it's risky until you see a breakout and a retest of the breakout confirmation on IWM. This thing, we know that every time this thing goes up, they bring it down because rate cuts are not happening at this moment. And there might be only 3 cuts this year. And if that happens, market definitely not pricing that in. Market thought, we will see 5 to 6 rate cuts unless something happens, which I think something is broken inside, and soon or later we will all find out what that is, guys. On 10-year TNX going up 1.46%, and it's not lining up, and it's really concerning right now for the market because this thing going up, the market going up and hitting fresh new all-time highs, especially S&P 500 and Nasdaq 100. So are we going to see a huge pullback on TNX, or are we going to see a correction here in this market? We will find out very soon, but so far this thing holding 41, and now we got a positive slope on this 5-day moving average sitting at 41.13, so that's going to be a strong support. Now if this thing pushes, easily can come up to 42.53, up to even 43.70. That's going to be the next stop to watch. On a pullback, right down here, 41.13 as a support, 5-day moving average. That's going to be your line in the sand right here on TNX. On dollar, absolutely flat on the day, and again getting a rejection from 104.48. And if you look at my screen, why this thing actually getting a rejection? Because this Bollinger Band on top not fully extended all the way up to 104.48. And once we get that, this thing can push even higher. So right now it's holding, I think, right here, 104 as a support, 5-day moving average, which is rising, and that is bullish. And below that, this thing also has support down here, 103.58. To the upside, dollar breaks 104.48. You could see a move all the way up to 106 on dollar. On VIX is down 0.31%, so basically a flat day, and now it's finding resistance at 13 right here. So 13 needs to break, and then we could see this thing coming back up, at least up to, I would say, 14.56 right here. This high, and then above 15, that's going to be the breakout, and we've been talking about that for last maybe 3-4 weeks. that VIX needs to get that breakout over 15, and that is that breakout I'm looking for. Until then, I mean, there is nothing to watch right here. This thing just going sideways and trading around 13 bucks, and possibly now that it's below 13, who knows, this thing can come down here to lower Bollinger Band 12.17. Unless we get that breakout, at least a mini breakout over 13, that should take VIX up to 14.56 and then 15 bucks. And that's all I have for you guys in this video. Let me know your thoughts down below in the comment section. Thank you so much for watching.